Hello, and welcome to the third viewer requested video game analysis that will talk about a very important topic that you have to watch to the end to see the results. And it's basically a video about not wasting time. And if you want to have a video that is analyzing your own games, make sure you leave a comment below saying that, okay, this is a game, who's playing which side, and I'll analyze this game for you, make another video for you. But also make sure you like the video so that we have more motivation and actually continue this series going. So let's get started with this game. This is a game between a guy named Gutto and the second guy is Black. He's Bismuth, and we're watching this Bismuth side in this game. So let's see how this game went. So what happened is White played e4, very typical move, very popular, the most popular move in fact. So Black played the Caro-Kann defense, c6, so d4, d5 is really normal. So then takes in d5, the exchange variation. Then after that, h3, which is not normal, not at all. So what happened is Black played knight f6, normal developing move. Didn't have to play h6, but played knight f6. Again, it's important to stick with the theme is don't waste time. h3 is not typical, but if it's no real link to the knight f3 development, it's a waste of time. So people that don't do this knight f3 move or something coherent with that, that's wasting time. So we don't want to do that pretty much ever, especially in the opening phase. So let's see what happens. Now Black played, after Knight played knight f3, finally, that's a good point for White. Gutto had a plan. h3, knight f3, stuck with a plan. That's a good thing for Gutto. So knight c6 developing, very good. So no wasting time, developing is a good thing pretty much all the time. So now knight c3 developing again, that's really good. Bishop f5 to make sure that we lock down this diagonal from this bishop on the left squares. So left squares are controlled by Black now. So bishop e3 instead, contesting this diagonal. The trade's off with d3, queen takes d3, e6. It's important that we do as Black at the Caro-Kann, do the bishop out first and then e6. Don't do e6 and have the bishop really bad in the c8 square, because that'll be not good. So this one happens, and now Black played e6 after castles. Really good development from Gutto. Then Black played bishop d6, a good, pretty much universally ideal square in the Caro-Kann for the bishop to go in the dot square. So rook e1, alignment of the rook and the king. So Black has to do something quick or it'll be trouble soon. So he did the right choice. He did the castles and to get rid of this pin on e6. Really good choice from Bismuth. So now bishop e5 developing with actually a pin. So we don't worry about that. Bismuth had a good idea. He played a6 is okay, but maybe more productive is maybe developing rook c8. But a6 is actually a good move to prevent this axis from g. So Black Bismuth played this position a6. This is not a wasting time because it's locking down this important square b5 for the queen and the knight, harassing the bishop. So in turn, it's 2-for-1 blockage, not just one piece blockage, but also Black does not have to prove anything, just be solid. And now Black is already solid because White wasted time with h3, and therefore he has the leniency and ability to spin a tempo or move on a6, which is useful. So White played now knight e5, aggressive move, and now knight e7. And Black took the bait. The bait was, he was thinking that, oh, okay, I can take this knight. But in actuality, you don't have to take the knight without being provoked. If the Black pieces go a6, then you will properly want to take an f6. But it's not provoked. White took an f6 anyways. But would it be a better move? Is queen f3. If they basically built up the pressure, the queen and the bishop, then this f6 knight will be in danger and also attack 2 times. So if the, let's say, knight moves away, then they can take on f6 twice and have this really ugly position for black. Maybe something like that, but let's see what actually black did after it takes on f6. So naturally taking f6 with the g pawn. Now knight g4 and try to take this pawn on f6 with check. It looks really aggressive, right? But now the problem is we have this knight g6 move is black. This Smith was smart. He wants to make sure the knight is better, maybe going to f4 and actually defending things with the queen to f6, so no problems there. So now Guto made a blunder, absolute blunder. He played queen f3. It makes sense. He wants to take this pawn again, but black is not going to be just waiting around. You don't do that. He played a very active move. He's actually really better. He's clearly better after f5, saying that you have to move the knight again. You're wasting time. I'm talking to you. You have to lose a knight move and my turn again. So this is important to not waste tempos and have your turn be passed to your opponent. You cannot do that in this opening. Pretty much any opening. So Guto played knight e5 back to where it was. So they take on e5. Guto take with the d pawn because the rook will be not able to take because knight g6 will be taking it. So that will be not good for white. So now rook basically king h8. The plan is to go simply get the rook on GG file and maybe attacking the white side this way, a pin. So this is a good, let's say, strategy by Smith. So white has to catch up. He is wasting too much time. So he just does this really, natural developing move, rook a d1. So that's not bad. That's not bad. So now rook g8. Clearly follow the plan. Follow the plan. But now Guto did a bad move again. He's wasting time. He should not do this move. He played again a horrendous blunder. He played queen e3. And it falls into the trap of following the black plan and helping him do a tempo move, getting it faster, getting it more productive. With tempo, saying, I want to attack your queen, you have to move the queen and my turn again. My attack is actually faster because you helped me. So Guto did not actually spend his time wisely. Instead, he actually sped up the black attack, so that's not good. So queen f3 back, and knight takes e2, saying that I want to take this rook or something else, double discover check with the rook on g8. So king h2 getting out of the discover check, but knight e1 still coming. Rook e1, queen h4, rook g1. But now, because the principle is if you're up material, you want to trade down material to make it easier to win. So king takes there, rook g8 check, king h2 back, and then queen d4. And attacking the e5 pawn with tempos. So basically, tempo gaining moves are actually adding your time and subtracting time for your opponent. So this game is all about not wasting time. So if you see this game, the more crux of it, the quintessential lesson of this game is that white was wasting time because moves the knight back and forth, move the queen back and forth, whereas black was cohesive and had a good plan and actually coordinating to win this g-pawn by white's help and also cracking down white's defenses. So after this one, white did a3, which no particular reason. I don't know why it happened in the game. Guto played a3. After queen takes e5 check, he resigned, and Smith won the game. So the lesson to learn from this game was really crucial. You can't forget this one. You can't afford to forget this one. Is don't waste time. If you have a move, make sure you don't regret that later. Don't move a piece, then actually move it back and give your opponent another turn. And also make sure that you look out for tempo moves that make your king vulnerable, and you make your pieces move away and you give your turn to the opponent. That's not good for them. This is not good for you. It's good for them. So hopefully you enjoy this video. Make sure you like this video, and if you have a game for me to analyze for you, make sure you leave in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, check this video out to make sure that you get more important information to bring your chess to the next level.